Hi, welcome to the podcast. Today we're going to talk about why Lot's wife is turned into a pillar of salt. In Genesis 19, we see Lot, his wife, their daughters. They're fleeing the destruction of Sodom. By fleeing, they're warned not to look back by the angels. Lot's wife, unfortunately, does turn back towards Sodom, and she ends up being turned into a pillar of salt. Now, the narrative doesn't give us any more details as to why this happened unless we examine the background of Lot and his wife. This is going to help us understand what could have took place. The story of Lot and his wife is given in a lot of detail for this incident. We know, for example, that Lot was the nephew of Abraham. Lot was pretty wealthy. He had lots of assets, and he also had many employees. At one time, he was a desert nomad. He gave up his life wandering the desert to become a citizen of Sodom. Sodom was a very corrupt city. We do know that. We also know that Lot had children. These children had been married off to some of the citizens of Sodom. We know that Lot appears to be a judge or mediator for the city of Sodom, so that's a pretty high-ranking position. We know that when destruction was about to fall on the city, God decided to spare Lot. Angels were dispatched to get Lot and his family out of the city, and we see that when they did arrive at the city to do this, Lot and his family did not want to leave. They were dragging their feet. In fact, the angels were pretty much, actually, the narrative talks about how the angels had to take them by the hand and lead them out of the city. And it's this time that they warned the group not to look back. As destruction fell upon Sodom, the Bible says basically that Lot's wife did look back and she became a pillar of salt. Now, understand that Lot's wife disobeyed a clear warning or command from these angels. Now, why she actually looked back, we don't know for sure, but some scholars suggest she looked back because of her desire for the great wealth and the lifestyle that she was leaving behind. Here she was leaving everything she owned behind except what she could carry. In the end, if that's what happened, her desires cost her her life. Of course, this is a lesson for us, a lesson here basically being, are your life desires going to cost you your life? That's something all of us need to think about. I want to thank you for listening to the podcast. Check out my other videos on my channel. We'll see, if you go there, you'll see there's a video about Lot facing off with the rapist there in Sodom. Also, there's a podcast about Lot and the incest him and his daughters engaged in, kind of explaining what happened there. And I also have some other topics for you to look at there. Thanks for your time.